but to make it rhyme, it said clean your vannies.
Mine was in the garden centre.
There's a woman checking our diet later today, and she pops up and goes, I've got it this morning.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Capital Breakfast After the Show. I'm Jordan North, he's Chris Stark, and that's Sian Welby. You're joining us after, we always give you a little peek behind the curtain, after what was one of those great shows today. So it's Tuesday, really good show, but one of those shows where I can't remember any of it.
I worry about all of our memories because we finish a show. I couldn't tell you what we talked about at 6 a.m. this morning.
So fast paced. Right, trying to think, what did we talk
There
about?
there was a lot. One thing I think that I do think we should play it in this podcast because I worry some things we don't play enough. Actually, this is one of my big things I keep saying to us, isn't it? It's like we make so many songs and
Yes.
there's a lot of creativity in the show, and it can kind of be a lot of the time. I think we should play them again and again. I'm not saying hammer it with people, but
Well, I know what you mean. This is the curse and the blessing of being live. Once it's gone, it's just gone, isn't it? And actually, this is why this podcast is good. So what do you want to replay?
So what I want to replay is these instructional videos that are doing the rounds on TikTok. They're like educational songs.
Yes.
Long story cut short, I keep seeing these things on my TikTok. They're made with AI. They're pop songs, but they're kind of teaching you something. So it might be, why do boats float?
Go on, whack a bit in the old mic.
How do car tyres work?
Yeah.
I'm curious why dams are built so wide, giant concrete walls where rivers collide.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
So quite an annoying... You
But
get
they
the idea.
explain how dams work and
Yeah,
ships
and how
float.
ships flow. What was one of it was about steamrollers. So the song's a bit rubbish, but actually you're learning.
Yeah, that was the reason for doing what we're going to do next. So I kind of said, well, that's AI. Let's take on AI. We're better than AI.
We are.
We need to remind the people we're better than AI. So we need to do our own educational songs. That was the backdrop. What then happened was Jordan made one of these songs. And for me, it's standalone brilliant. You actually don't need the context of everything we've just said there. It's you explaining how the radio works.
Yeah.
To the tune of Radio
Radio
Gaga
Gaga.
by Queen, an epic song.
Just listen to it in full.
Yeah, absolutely, Shani. But what I particularly love about this is, I don't know about you guys, I often get young kids think we are in their car radios.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it from their point of view, that's such a wonderful image that they get in the car and we're just tiny people in the box in front of them. So hopefully this isn't a plot spoiler to any kids that are listening, but Jordan explains how radio works.
This is how radio works through the art that is song.
We say the time, my little flowers. We play the news at the top of the hours.
Do you know how long that took to record?
I love the story behind how long Jimmy's face. He looked like a broken man. Producer Jimmy looked at me dead in the eyes when you said you were there till 12:30.
Bear in mind we started at about 10:30. Like we wrote it. We started at 10:30, and Jimmy's I can't sing in tune, so we had to keep singing it. And Jimmy was like, Gaga, Gaga, no, Gaga, and then we're just getting more and more annoyed with each other. But then Jake, our audio producer, managed to work his magic on it.
No, but you know what he said to me? This is amazing. This is incredible, Chris. I don't know if you heard this. Jake tried to put it through auto-tune, but the computer couldn't recognise one note.
That's
So he couldn't
incredible.
auto-tune it.
Is that
So
true?
I promise you. So what you've got there is just a bit of reverb. Like he's done the best he can. But do you know what, Jordan? Don't ever change, because that song is so funny. That Parsnips Rain one you did is another
yes.
one that I am absolutely obsessed with. And for the sake of those who haven't heard that, genuinely, I think listen to that as well.
I love it. My only regret is that we didn't film that being recorded.
I wish it was a music video, a whole music video for Christmas. Maybe you could do one in the rain.
Also, we need to mention as well, before we get into that, we've just given away, like you do, £20,000 in the bong game today. That was
Massive.
epic. In case you haven't heard it, this is our big feature that we do every day at 7:45. School kids love it. Parents love it. It's the one thing we always get stopped in the street by when people listen to the show. They go, what about that mean old bong man? He's very mean. Every single day since we've started this show, we have the chance for our wonderful listeners to win decent money. And we were promised by the bong man that in the month of September, £20,000 would be up for grabs. And
Well, Well, yeah, but I think let's just talk about that because it's clever. Because the problem is, you hear 7 grand, you hear 3 grand, and it's a lot of money. So the decision of whether you're going to stay on and make a massive regret if the bong sounds and you lose 3 grand, 5 grand, 10 grand, all those amounts are offered, aren't they?
Yeah.
It takes balls. Let's be honest. You've got to be willing to lose everything to win stuff on this one.
And today was just, I think, the greatest moment in the bong game history. This is what happened when Bradley from Southampton took on the bong man.
£12,000. 15,000 pounds. 20,000 pounds.
Stop. I'm speechless.
Oh, Mike, you didn't even shout. Oh my God.
At one point, I thought you dropped off the line. I thought, is he going to shout stop? Where is he?
I thought his signal had gone. I thought you dropped. Bradley. Oh my God. Mate, let this sink in.
Oh, thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you.
You've just won £20,000.
My reaction's better than his. I feel like I've gone in and stumbled. I was so excited for him. 20,000. That's the most ever won on the bong game, isn't
Chris,
it?
I think you would react like that.
I really respected how he went about that game because the chances of, by the way, the chance of this £20,000 round happening on the same day someone is picked to play that is that kind of calm, collected, is willing to, is risking a lot to go to the end there. Because as you say, there were these big amounts along the way he could have bonged out on. But then almost the flair at the end to not even say stop or shout it right. He almost waited a second or two. He could have been bonged out, very easily. It could have
He'd
been.
have forgotten to say stop and lost 20 grand. I couldn't have coped. And can I tell you that in the past, something like that has happened to me on the radio where I've not known what to do because they've lost the money by saying the wrong words or whatever the thing is. We used to do capital, give me the cash. And we had one once where a kid picked up the phone and it voided it because they said the wrong thing. And you think, I remember mouthing at the time, it was like Roman was doing it. And I looked at him and said, don't tell them the amount because you just don't want it to be so, like, we go along with our day and you go, we've impacted someone's life right there. And that is a big part of radio that's obviously epic when it works out the way it did today. But can you imagine if he'd have lost the 20 grand?
Yeah. But we do it every day, this game, 7:45. And you are right what you said, Jordan. It's the game that everyone comes up and talks about. I think it's the biggest game in radio. I think it's just one of those things that I know everyone here as well talks about. I got a lovely text from Tom Swarbrick.
Oh, yeah.
Who, by the way, we need to discuss as well.
Oh,
'cause
legend.
I actually think the guy might be my hero.
Yeah, he's great.
I don't think I've ever been sort of this in love with another guy like
Yeah, I
this.
think there is a bit of a man crush going on.
Him and
I
Theo James are
absolutely
your...
love him. Yeah, it's true. There's something about them two guys. Tom Swarbrick is a presenter on LBC, and he texted me to say that his kids were screaming
I
at the
love
radio,
that.
shouting
Love it.
stop. Can you imagine all these kids on the way into school or around the breakfast table, that kind of thing, hearing this guy? Because you have to listen to it. You can't just not listen to it. And everyone just shouting stop, willing this guy to stop. And actually, he was the kind of person who could ignore all that noise and what must be in his brain to go win that amount of money. So well
cool.
done, Bradley in Southampton.
It's amazing.
Tom Swarbrick, very quickly.
Go on.
Just what a guy.
He's a presenter on LBC, really good lad, but he's also been doing a lot of stuff on This Morning. He went viral recently about that clip about having a drink with your mates, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He did this kind of rallying cry about, cracking open a tin on the train and how you got to protect these times as lads. It's increasingly hard as you get older to meet up with your friends, and it's so important. And actually, it was kind of a very unusual speech to see,
Yeah, it's
but
good.
really, actually, genuinely resonated. He went viral recently again. He was at the NTAs, Shani, the same time as you are.
It went
as
viral at the
you
NTAs,
were.
I didn't know.
So he's turned up in a full-on suit.
Yeah.
But he's
Oh,
got his
backpack.
rucksack.
I did see that. That was so funny. And that, do you know what? That is the reality of these things. They're not practical.
No.
They're not practical. You've got nowhere to put your stuff. You've got no bag. You can't even fit your keys in your handbag. I thought that was so real that he had that backpack.
Fair play to him. He's
You
a
bet
top
coming
bloke.
from work.
He is. Hey, speaking of top blokes, photo behind us is Andrew this week. So we always put one of you guys in our little picture frames on the screen behind us. And this is Andrew, who says he's a part-time 6am. So he only listens Tuesday, Wednesdays and Thursdays. But on Monday and Friday, he does listen from 7am because he works from home. And he says, because you come from a military family, Jordan, I thought I'd get the maroon beret back on, as I'm an ex-Remy Para, Royal
Wow.
Electrical and Mechanical Engineers.
Oh, wow.
So today's photo frame is of Andrew. There you go.
Right, this might sound so obvious and stupid. If you're a parrot, does it mean you're a parachuter?
Yeah.
Paratrooper.
Paratrooper. So basically, you're jumping out of planes, but he is the mechanical engineer.
Yeah, so he works
wow.
for the Remy. So my brother's a paratrooper, and they are the elite regiment.
The training.
It's even the British infantry. Am I saying? I'm getting this right. They're like the elite regiment.
Wow.
In the Navy, it's the Marines. So
When you say like the best, they always say like the Marines,
Yeah.
and then okay.
to pass P company is very, very difficult. There's been a few TV shows about it, and my brother's in the paras as well.
And if you're in the SAS, you're a paratrooper, aren't you?
Most, I don't quote me on this, but most of the SAS recruitment comes from the Marines and Parachute Regiment.
Obviously, you know the SAS, you know what it stands for.
Special.
Super
Oh, yes.
Army
Super
Soldiers.
Army Soldiers.
No, I've told you, I know a lot about the SAS because of that show.
I tell you, at my brother's wedding, right?
What?
I can't go into too much, but I actually nearly got thumped. So I was chief usher, 21, and brother went, go and get everyone for a picture. The photographer wants, the big shot, and there was 4 massive guys at the bar, and everyone's like in army uniform because most of my brother's mates are in the army. It's 4 massive guys just like in normal suits. And I was going, come on, you need to get your picture. And they were going, no, it's all right. I was going, come on, silly, it's time to get your picture. And they're like, no. And one of them was like, we're not having pictures. I was like, no, the groom has said that he wants everyone in the picture. And I was like, oh, this guy, he was about to grip me. This guy went, we're not getting pictures. And my brother went, yeah, they're SAS. They're not allowed to have the pictures taken.
Oh my God! What? So they can never be
They
recognised?
don't have social media, not allowed to have the pictures taken, anything like that. I also know someone else that's in, and it's weird when we go for dinners with him and stuff. But
That's
I can't
quite
say
cool,
anymore.
isn't
I
it?
actually can't say anymore. It just makes me sound cool, but there you go. Anyway, pressing matters. We had the Capital Breakfast annual dinner soiree this year, didn't we? At my house. Thanks for coming. It was a wonderful night. I think it's only right that we debrief it.
Where do we start?
I mean, bear in mind, for those who listen to the pod regularly, they'll know that there was already kerfuffle that you didn't invite all the team.
Yes, but I'm going to do because usually I usually do a barbecue in the summer for the
Yeah.
whole team, but I didn't have time this year because I was moving during the summer. But then I was having a housewarming soiree,
Yeah.
so I just thought I'd invite couples. Yeah.
Chris and I had warned you quite a few times about cooking, just because it's stressful when you're trying to cook and be a host. And then when you said you were making paella, we both sort of looked at each other like, why? Why are you doing things so difficult?
It's not though. You just whack it in a pan.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes, you just whack it in a pan, and it was there, and it was just everyone else was flapping. I had the situation under control.
You definitely did not. In fact, the best way to describe it might be to play in this voice note, right? So bear in mind, we'd been there from 7 and dinner was when, 8:30?
Dinner was meant to be 8:30.
Okay, so this voice note was taken gone 9:30 as my other half, Jake, interviews Chris Stark. Have a listen to this.
What time was dinner meant to be served?
I don't know, when was it? We came down because we heard things were burning. I came down the stairs and it's been chaos. There's no recipe being followed. It is the most stressful thing I've done, and I've been there as my wife gave birth to 2 kids. This paella has been so problematic. He threw in 3 bags of rice out of nowhere and went, do we need more rice? He was going to put a 4th in.
Explain yourself, sir.
We were running slightly late because I'd done a practice paella the week before. Stop looking at me like that.
I just like it's the lies, Jordan.
I'd done a practice
I'm not saying this for effect.
I'd done a practice paella the week before.
But
right?
then what? But then
And it
what
was
the
fine.
difference with this one?
Right, and it's because I couldn't find the recipe I'd used from last week, so I just got one up on my iPad, and we were on a bigger pan. I'd actually used a big paella pan for this one. The other one I just used a normal
So you hadn't
pan.
practiced at
Well,
all
I had.
because you were using a different
And
recipe.
then you
in a
were
different
getting
pan.
in a flap about the rice.
Listen, lad, I was not in a flap. I was your guest. What? No, because you just know this is what he says to other people as well.
What?
Like I was upstairs having a nice drink, right? Your kitchen's downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So we were upstairs having a nice drink. All of a sudden, someone, I can't remember who it was, comes up to me and says, "Do you mind going downstairs? Jordan's asked if you can come downstairs." And I was like, "Oh, okay, maybe just needs a bit of a hand, like, I don't know, picking something up, or like, more than happy to do that. You know, I actually love cooking. So
You're
I'm
a
more
great cook.
more than happy to come down. I come down, there is a giant paella dish on this hob, right? Garlic and like some garlic and onions in it, and it's smoking. It's burning, and you're there going, "It's burning! It's burning!" Like it was, and I had to say, "All right, let's take the pan off." So we had to take the pan off, calm that situation down, get the onions and garlic off and stuff like that. Then we're gonna put the rice in. Now, rice in its very nature grows, doesn't it? Like, so he puts some rice in the pan. He's like, "That's not enough rice. More rice, more rice." I'm like, bloody hell. I go, "Jordan, just follow the recipe on the screen." I read the recipe he's got in front of him. It's got 10 steps, relatively simple. But, you know, step 5 is put the paella dish in the oven. This paella dish is about 3 foot wide.
Can't fit.
It's obviously not going to fit.
But
So he goes, "No, I don't put it in the oven. I don't." I'm like, "Okay, mate, just tell me what you need." The thing is, I'd say you weren't flapping if you were totally in control and wanted to cook it. But you wanted help. Like, you were so out of your...
You're not meant to stir
comfort
paella
zone.
rice.
Jordan,
Chris.
there was so much rice in there. If you don't stir it, what you would have had was just burnt, dry rice.
That's authentic Spanish.
But you do need to cook it.
It was an authentic Chinese paella, though, Chris. That's what you're forgetting. He was doing that method.
Honestly, it was bonkers. And then, so all of this is happening and it starts to come together.
People are
the
starving.
rice starts to go. We've had to put so much stock in this bloody thing because it's not like a normal paella where, say, the bottom bit of it is rice. He's loaded this thing up. It's like deep pan rice. It's like 2 inches high. Right, it's going over the side. Like, it was stressful. And then he adds the chicken and all these things. And to be fair, mate, it did taste nice. It really did taste nice. But you cannot lie and say it's everyone else flapping. You had no recipe. You had no inclination
Jordan,
to try and plan this. The
You look
croquettes,
frazzled.
the
Oh,
Spanish
not
croquettes.
him and these bloody croquettes. You've wound me up all week about these pissing croquettes.
I think because
What
right.
did you imagine when he said this? Oh, don't worry, we've got some croquettes.
Well, bear in mind, on the radio show on the Friday, you gave us a rundown and you said, first of all, there'll be cocktails and a mousse-bouche. I was like, oh, this sounds fancy. Then you were like, then the croquette course. I was like, oh, I love croquettes.
Yes, same.
Ham and cheese, maybe
Soft in
spinach,
the
ricotta.
middle.
Oh,
Lovely.
I honestly was picturing, because I thought, I know he'll have nailed this. And when these, like, tater tots came,
They were bird's eye potato croquettes.
they were just massive
I
potato waffles.
They're
couldn't-
what I give my kids.
I couldn't find any decent ones in Tesco, so I just had to use frozen ones.
No, but they're frozen. No, it's not just they're not just frozen ones though, Jordan. They're not Spanish croquettes. They're potato croquettes.
Yeah.
That's a bit like going, Shani, we're gonna have waffles for breakfast.
Yeah.
And me whopping out bird's eye potato
It's
waffles.
the same thing.
No.
It is the same thing.
I
That's what
agree
I'm telling you.
about the croquettes. The patatas bravas,
You did a lovely job on that. I ate that later. That was great.
the fresh bread.
Do you know a low point? Seeing Will Manning with a froob.
Yeah.
For me, that just was the nail in the coffin.
What
I thought
a quote.
it's
Yeah,
got.
Will Manning was like fluttering around and said he needed eating, so I just went in the fridge and got him a froob.
Do you remember my Jake eating your cheese and ham from the fridge?
Was he on cheese? Were people that
Do you know what?
hungry?
Do you know what's annoying-
Oh my
do you know what's
didn't
annoying me
notice.
about?
Were
I was
people eating
drunk.
cheese
I
and ham
ate
from the
before because I knew this was. Anyway, like, do you know what annoyed me though, genuinely about you on this one? You were going to throw me under the bus. If that paella, and bear in mind, it was burning when I first turned up in the thing. It still tastes. If I'm being really honest, it tasted burnt when I was eating it. It tasted nice, but there was a burnt element to it.
Okay.
And I thought, he is going to tell everyone that was me. You will throw me under the bus.
No, I would not do that. I've not. I just felt like we probably was stirring it too much, and we should have.
Right? Can I just learn from this? I think you just want to be present at the party. I think it was even annoying that you had to go down because we just wanted to chat to you.
Yeah.
Not annoying.
No,
That's the wrong word.
No,
because it was lovely that
that's
you
why I
had
wanted to
us
make paella, because the plan was to
just let it
put
do itself.
40 minutes, and I'd done all the prep before. I chopped all the chicken.
I know, bless
and the
you.
plan was that it was just going to take 40 minutes from starting it to sitting down.
Tell everyone what you had to do when it was done.
What?
To go and take yourself off for a lie down.
Oh yeah, I had to go for a little nap.
That's what I mean. He
I
had
had
no
a nana
interest in
nap.
talking to anyone. He took himself off, cooked the dinner, then took himself off. I was like, where's Jordan? He's gone for a nap.
No, I just went upstairs for 5 minutes and ended up accidentally falling asleep.
So anyway, it's all good.
It was all tuckered out.
I think what's
worst
happened here
host.
though is like genuinely, I came away from it going, God, I totally agree with what you're saying, Sean. Like, just get someone in, or like
No.
takeaway,
Or just or make it so it's so easy, because actually it's a bit like when you're at your own wedding and some people never enjoy it because they don't sit down, they're rushing around, and all the guests have a great time and they don't get to enjoy it. I had a better time at your party. I was there making sangria.
Yeah.
I was just hammered, having a lovely time. And I actually felt a bit sorry for you and Chris because you both looked frazzled.
Because in the past, I have just done chili
Yeah, chili's
and
easy.
sausage surprise, which was... Well, hey, I have, and they were fine. You
They
just do
were
it in slow
great.
cooker, but
Yeah.
I just thought because there was a lot of people coming.
No, look, it was a really fun night, I should say. Banging house as well. Like,
Yeah,
we'll do
and
another
thank you for
episode
having
about
us.
Oh.
the house. Do you know what we should do? For the podcast, we should send Dion Dublin to your house and just have a little mooch around.
God,
describe
no.
it. Describe it for the people.
Not having it on telly.
Well, don't worry. They
No,
can
just
go
for
to
the
Dean
podcast.
Street townhouse,
Yeah,
and they'll
yeah.
get the feel.
That's basically it.
That's what it looks
Also,
like.
what's this about the ghost as well?
Oh, do you want me to quickly show you? Have we got time?
Yeah, go
I
on.
felt
Before we go
bad.
on to the
Yeah, but I know
next
these things
bit.
get in your head, right? But there was a moment when we were having dinner that I was like, can anyone else see this flashing light? And it was slightly freaking me out a bit. So
Are you joking?
no, because I was like, what? Because I always notice when lights flicker, because I have this common thing that I think I've got a ghost following me. Like, whenever I go to a different house, the lights flicker. And it does in my bathroom at the minute. So it's probably my fault for this. Let me just get it up and I'll show it you.
It'll just be because the bulbs are all. I mean, it's not my department, but the bulbs are all on bloody
How do I find
dim.
it?
God help you if you have a
It's
white
over.
fluorescent
It's not your
light in my.
department.
It's not my
Right,
department.
I'm
lighting.
gonna play a bit of
Let's have a
audio
look.
here. Wait a minute, I'm gonna play.
Is there a ghost in here? Flash the lights.
So, at the time of recording this podcast, we've literally just come out of an interview with Ed Sheeran, who we always love having on because he is one of like the biggest pop stars in the world, but also a really good person to interview, and he still does radio interviews. Because you think people at his level, like Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, those type of big pop stars, don't do that many press and much radio interviews, but he actually enjoys it, I think, doing radio interviews. Not enjoys it, but sees it as an important part of his job, doesn't he?
I think he's just so professional and meticulous. You know, when you go, he's a guy that does care. He cares about numbers, figures, accuracy. He's just, and I mean that in the best way, because it's nice, isn't it, to give a shit about your own music, your career. He wants things to play out in the way he's imagined them, and so he does give that effort. I think he is one of the best for that reason.
It's one of the good guys as well, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah, and he's very he's really honest. Sometimes when you interview pop stars and that, it's part of their character to put on an act and be an exaggerated version of something. That's totally cool. Like, you're within your right to do it. The one thing is, whenever you talk to Ed, you get a very sort of straight down the line. Like, it is genuinely like being how he is when you go to the pub with him. He's so sound.
I love him. I think he's class. So he told us what his favourite service station which is Beaconsfield. He also wears ski masks when he's out in public.
Well, this for me was my favourite thing that came from the chat.
That was the bit
idea
that I
that he
loved.
wears a full-on ski mask.
What was confusing me is he didn't think it would be scary, and yet when he said it, and then he was like, "Oh no, since COVID, it's fine." I was like, "You mean the full balaclava with just the eyes and the mouth?" He went, "Yeah." And he was saying how he was ordering coffees wearing that. I would shit myself. What is he thinking?
Someone goes up to a counter with that on, you'd be like, "It's cash only.
He puts
It's
his
card
hood up.
only."
You would, wouldn't you? Like, and I really don't I'm still in shock that he must get an awful reaction. I would honestly find that terrifying.
We also talked about Taylor Swift's wedding. We asked if he'd be up for maybe auditioning to be one of the singers at a wedding, but he said if he's been invited, I get this.
He just wants to get on it.
Just wants to be
You
there
do,
as a
don't
guest.
you?
Like,
Do you two hate getting asked to DJ?
Yeah, I've done it a couple of times, and now I just say no. I don't mind MCing, because that's like.
You mean? Yeah, well, I'm kind of the opposite to you. There, you mean hosting the thing. You're not playing the music, and he's like.
I don't. What?
Like.
Well, I can't imagine you like. You mean MCing like master of ceremony?
Yeah, not like.
You know what I mean?
Like DJ looking at
Imagine him trying to MC.
Loving it.
Oh yeah, master of ceremonies, which I do for very close friends and family, but
I prefer
I'm not that
DJing for family. I'll tell you why, because I can't dance. So at weddings and things, I'd rather play the songs.
Yeah, when we went to Henley Festival, you were like, "We should be up there, lad. We should be."
We
doing
need to look at that. Actually.
Yeah, we need to get on that. Actually, yeah. Also, we had a game of the honesty box with Ed Sheeran. This is where a box gets to ask questions that usually we wouldn't get away with
A box
asking.
gets to ask questions. That's quite a funny way of thinking of it. It does.
And this is what happened.
So basically, it's honest answers only.
Righto. Would you rather go for a pint with Jordan North or Roman Kemp?
That's a harsh one.
Who's put that one in?
Oh, wow.
It's the honesty box.
Yeah, do you know what I'm finding actually? And I hope you don't take offence to this, but because Roman's working for Sky Sports now, I get real dirt from him on football news.
I got football news.
No, but he told me some dirt yesterday at the one show where I was like, right. So yeah, in the interest of honesty, Roman, and it's for football scoops.
Yeah, but you're saying that you're not Roman.
What's your football scoop then? Tell me your football scoop. If it's better than Roman's, then we're in.
He's got nothing.
Yeah, he saw the Burnley manager's son in the gym.
You've got to take off it with a pinch of salt. Anyways,
all of his scoops. Last few times I've seen him, all of his scoops have been on.
Right.
You've asked me to answer honestly.
You've answered honestly. All right, do
and
another.
I've offended you. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Do another.
Burnley are doing all right, though.
Yeah, we're doing all right. And have you been on any Ipswich games this season? I've not been on any.
I went to Bromley away, and we lost. And yeah, that was that. You're a Bromley fan. Are you? All right. How much do you think being ginger has contributed to your success?
Oh God, it's being very harsh. The honesty box today.
Yeah. Well, being
I
ginger's
think
not
that's a celebration.
Being ginger's not that bad.
No, I wouldn't say.
Are you ready, Zed?
Fight.
That's a funny question, actually, in a way.
I think hugely, because I think that.
Oh, really?
When I was a kid, and what was weird about being at school and having red hair is it seemed like a real issue, and then as soon as I left school, no one cared. It was kind of like in the real world, no one really cares whether you're ginger or not. But I think that it definitely put a chip on my shoulder, and I think that chip still exists, and I think that it pushes you to work hard and achieve to, prove yourself. So I think hugely. I think if I was a kind of super conventionally attractive blonde bloke, I probably wouldn't have had the success that I've had.
Wow.
That is
I actually
the
love that.
honesty box.
It is, and there'll be a lot of kids listening on the scoring right now. You know what? If you are ginger, you go and show them. Do you know what I mean?
Not even ginger. I just think if you're a little bit weird.
Yeah.
I think that adds to, like, there's never been a boring pop star. I think at the heart of it, and I know people will be like, oh, so, but actually at the heart of it, if you hung out with, you guys meet pop stars all the time, they've always got a little bit of edge, and that edge comes from growing up a little bit weird.
The
It
ones
does
that
sound
last do.
cliched, but it's the same with Crouchy, and he always says he wouldn't have had the success he had if it wasn't for that as well.
Absolutely,
for standing
yeah.
out and being a bit different.
Absolutely.
He'd rather have a pint with Roman Kemp at Cut Deep.
Yeah, but I think he justified it. He justified it very, very well.
And then he told me after what gossip Roman had given about the footy, because he's into his footy as well. Very good footy chat.
One thing you can rely on Roman for is good intel on almost anything. I feel like there's not many things I couldn't ask him about. And I'm talking in any field, any subject, and he has some sort of scoop.
I can believe that. Yeah. So fair play to him.
He's got some great stuff on you.
Hey.
Don't wind him up. No, he hasn't.
I'm clean as a whistle. Thank you very much. I mean, we've all had a past, you know. Let's talk about that summer when I first moved to London. But other than that,
that was your glory summer, wasn't it?
All right then, Shawnee, let's do quotes in the notes. What have we got this week, please?
And as someone who's had a lot of sausage in their time, Jordan, that was something you said to Oti Mabuse.
Yes, so we had Oti Mabuse on, and after she left, I said we were eating sausages with her, and the spicy.
Hot sausage.
Yeah, so the sausages were getting spicier as the interview was going on because she's got a spicy book out. It's a bit of a naughty, rude book. And then I just said after, I knew as soon as I said it, I thought this is going to sound weird. I said that was the hottest sausage I've ever had in my life. And as someone who's had many a sausage in my lifetime, that is up there.
Yeah. And I just said, please just clip that up and we'll take it out of context.
But yeah, you've had a lot of sausage.
I have, yeah. No, I sort of, I don't know. It's like my.
Do you think you've had more sausage than Jordan?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah.
I would say so because I have it at least once a week, and that's even in the summer months.
You're all year round.
Oh, I don't think
See,
so.
I prefer a bacon sandwich
what are you
to a
talking
sausage
about?
sandwich.
Bacon sandwich.
Yeah, so I don't have sausage that much. I love sausage and mash, and I love sausage on a fry up, but I don't have as
You
much.
wouldn't have a sausage sandwich?
Not really, no.
You ever tried to make toad in the hole?
Yeah. Oh, that was a disaster.
Was it?
Speaking
Oh, I'm
of-
good at that.
I made my mum and dad toad in the hole when they last came to see us, and we just ended up with the toad.
Wait, which
Yeah.
one is the toad?
Toad. What? That's sausage in batter, isn't it? It's like sausage.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, the hole is the batter.
We just had sausage
But
and
just had the
shit.
you
sausage.
just know his batter would have been, but like it
Oh,
would
it was-
be. It would
we
be
stuck
burnt.
to
But it's Yorkshire puddings. You're good at
Yeah, I
Yorkshires.
know, but I completely cocked that one up
Jordan.
as well.
Okay, what about this one? I hope he gets it out at the O2. That, again, was one of those out of context. If you just tuned in, that was me. I remember what this was about. It was Lewis Capaldi. Do you remember why? What would I want him to get out at the O2?
Oh, his trumpet.
The trumpet.
Oh yeah.
The trumpet. I'd like a moment where he just does a little bit with the band, yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, no, Tog really is just a different size duvet. Now, Chris, this was you explaining yourself to exec producer Callum, who thought you were trying too hard with an innuendo in the 6am song.
What did I say?
You said Tog really is a different size duvet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I was basically saying, look, something along the lines of in the 6am roll call that I do. You know, weather's changing. Treat yourself to a nice tog, or treat yourself to a bigger tog, or a nice big tog.
A nice big Tog in the morning or something
yeah, nice
like
big
that.
tog.
And
Which is a perfectly legitimate phrase. Callum VAR'd it because he thought I was. He thought it was. I was talking about
something else, yeah.
But
Turns out you-
what do you always say to him when you finish writing the 6am song? And I always say to you, don't ask for permission. Ask for
He writes the song with
And
a
then-
glint in his eye and he looks to Callum.
And you always say the same thing.
No,
like,
I'll always say to Callum, it's like 6am roll call's done. I've sent it over to you. Just give that a quick look.
Give that a
It's
quick
like-
look.
Or I'll say sometimes I try and distrect him with another
I've
bit of
noticed
it.
you do
So
that.
I'll say there is a line in there.
Yeah,
So
I've
let's say I'm
noticed it.
trying to do like with this to try and draw his attention away from it. I'll say there is a line. I'll give a different line from it.
I've noticed you do
And then he
that.
won't focus on the
And then he'll go,
the
"That's all right."
togging
Do you
yourself
know what-
off or whatever.
Do you know what we should do one day for the Christmas special? Put together all our favourite lines. One of my favourite lines from your 6am song, because we've got them all on TikTok, right? And you can find them on Chris's TikTok if you've never heard these. You were talking about cleaning a van, but to make it rhyme, it said "clean your vannies," and it was one of my personal favourite lines.
It was something clean your vannies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
something
It was
like
just
that.
fantastic.
It's great.
Fantastic.
It's great. And all the 6amers love it.
But yes, there is often a discussion, but it's always fine.
It's always
fine.
done with
You,
the right
you need
intentions.
the weather's getting a bit colder. You need treat yourself to a nice tog.
I'm a very low tog man all year round.
Are you?
Yeah, I can't stand a thick duvet.
Do you not get freezing in winter
No,
though?
I just put a blanket on if I do, and I like to be cold at night anyway. So
I'm the
it's just-
same.
I have a thin tog, just a small tog.
Small tog.
Love a good tog, but a small one.
See,
Good.
welcome along, everyone.
Good. This is what it's like every day.
Straight in, no kissing. What have we got today, please, guys?
Can someone increase the font because I'm blind
Yes.
and this
I
is
couldn't
very,
see it.
very small.
Keep this in. This is great. Oh yeah,
Um,
that is small. The font.
anyway.
My eyes are getting worse. You know.
I need to go and get everything done. You know when you realise I need my eyes, my teeth, probably my hearing,
Your neck.
my back. Right, here we go. Hello to Samantha, who emailed this week saying, I've got a confession. I've never listened to a podcast in my life until now. Oh, I suppose she's got nothing to compare us to, so this is great. When you were off for a bit, I needed my 6 a.m. fix. Yes, I'm a loyal 6 a.m.er, so I thought, you know what? I'll give the podcast a go. Honestly, it's absolutely brilliant. Oh, thank you, Samantha. I've been belly laughing through every episode. In fact, I might have binged all the episodes within a week of finding them.
Wow.
Oh, legend. Thank you for that, Samantha. That's lovely.
Great. And like we say, like, do tell other people about it and stuff. And if you know other people that listen to the show, just say they've got a little podcast that they come out every Wednesday and Saturday.
Yeah, because if it's doing well, the bosses will let us keep doing it. And that's how it kind of works.
Yeah, exactly. And we are trying to, like, you know, we are pushing it slightly with some of the stuff we talk about here. We're not being...
Oh, we're giving you the stories. Like, there's not much we leave out. You know basically everything that we all know about each other. So you're getting the good stuff here.
Yeah, the Mr. Tumble one's still my favourite. Just, what did he do? If you know, you know. Sarah in Glasgow says, Chris, I loved hearing you do the rejection therapy stuff on the breakfast show the other week. It made me cringe, but in a funny way. I can't imagine it, but have any of you ever been rejected in the wild?
Well, this is almost quite meta then, because yes, you're right, Sarah. We talked about rejection therapy on the show with this this great person who goes and practices it out in the open.
Yes.
So rejection therapy is where you basically do things without the fear of being rejected. So you might get up in the middle of a flight and perform for everyone, just do a little dance, or you might say hello to people on the streets. The girl who does this and gets millions of views on TikTok is called Sophie Jones, and we had her in on the show for a section that we call Follow Me. It's basically we get some guests on and sort of spices up your algorithm, hopefully gives you some more people to follow. Sophie Jones came on the show, and then me and Sophie went out onto the streets and went out asking for hugs.
Good morning. Would you like a hug? No. It's okay. Here you go.
Woohoo! Well done.
You've got to celebrate the rejection.
Woohoo!
Would you like a cuddle?
Cuddle?
Yeah, do you want a hug?
Of course.
Oh, here we go. Oh, this is lovely. For you?
Why not? Can I have one?
Actually, it's kind of weird now, though.
It's on Global Player.
Oh, it's not. I was worried the video of rejection had been rejected.
Imagine the irony of that. Oh, I need to watch that. Was it awkward, Chris?
Yeah, it's awkward because you're going up to people.
I wouldn't do that. I couldn't do it. I used to sell loft insulation at Middleton Street, and it's given me PTSD, so I wouldn't be able to.
Do you know what was heartwarming though?
Do it.
So many people just wanted a hug.
That's quite sad.
Like
really,
it's
in a way.
actually when they get past the suspicion of
What do you want?
why are you doing it? Because it's weird, and then when they realise that actually you're doing it because you're trying to spread a bit of joy, because they can kind of tell after a couple of seconds. It's kind of weird because young people they'd go like, "Oh, I really needed that today." They were like, "Oh, one of them was like, I've had a really crap time lately." It's like, shit. Why aren't we all just nice to each other like that in general?
I agree.
I used to give free radio hugs on Rock FM years
Yeah,
ago.
but you were doing that. This is what I mean. But I was doing it for radio. You were doing it for radio.
I've told you can't make that
That's
sound.
what I used to do. I used to give it. Does anyone remember that? I was well known in the Lancashire area for my free radio hugs.
Am I getting a bit deep here? I just think like we should all be a bit nicer to each other.
No,
generally.
Chris, I agree. Right. And a lot of my timeline is people doing good deeds. And then I hate the comments of people going, oh, well, you could just do the deed and not film it. And it's like, yeah, but if we didn't see any of this stuff, like you wouldn't think about it or it wouldn't give you that joy. Like sometimes I see something like that, it inspires me. However, asking about have we ever been rejected in the wild, I'll never forget being at a bar chatting to this lad once. And I don't know what was up with me, but I started talking about doing tax returns. Oh my God. Really? I watched the blood drain from this man's face. But I was so far deep into talking about being freelance. He must have said he was freelance, and then I went off on how best to do the tax return.
Do you know,
did you fancy him?
He was quite handsome, and I remember thinking, like, we were chatting away, and I thought, oh, maybe we're having a good chat here. And then I remember sort of halfway through, he went, oh, anyway, I need to, and he just wandered off.
You know, since I've started this show, 15 months now, and I think as I'm getting older, my chat has got really shit.
My chat's bad.
I've got shit chat, and I'm starting to overthink it, because I never used to work. Now I'm like, if I meet strangers at a party or go out for my tea or something, and I'll meet some. I'm just like, my chat and crack is shit at the moment. Up north in the northeast,
My chat, my crack.
In the northeast, if they said to someone, yeah, you know, he's all right, but he's got shit crack. It's the biggest insult.
Do you know what it is?
And I think I've got shit crack at the moment.
Do you know why? Because I think everything we're doing at the moment is in the mornings, right? So we we meet all these things
100%.
and we've got funny stories and things like that. But we need to get out there in the evenings and cause a bit of like, do you know what I mean? Because then we're going up to our friends and talking about stuff that happens in the morning. They want to hear the wild shit you get up to.
Yeah,
I don't do any wild shit.
And we're not doing enough wild
We're
shit.
not,
then.
and I thought that at the NTAs when I left at 10, and I thought,
this is the problem.
Sean, old you would have been there till 2 a.m. Who cares you threw up at 4? You'd have rolled into the office and had a great story to tell.
I know many people, and you probably listen and think we just finish at 10 and go home, but like, yeah, I've nothing. My social battery is put me on Sean's charger. That's all I'm going to say. That is all I'm going to say.
I've booked a lads' weekend in for a couple of weeks.
That's important.
I'm going to go away, somewhere in Spain, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go extra hard.
Good. So that you come back with a story, and I think. Do you know what? That is the lesson, actually. Don't be too sensible in life, because you realise that all your best stories come from when you actually did something either spontaneous or you got too drunk.
Yeah.
Also, I think people feel that they need to talk to us about the radio.
You don't have
and therefore we end up talking about working hours, and that is the shit chat that you're talking about. So maybe, let's say moving forward, when you, or if you happen to see us on a night out or out and about, don't ask about the radio or anything. Ask about
when was the last time you got hammered, something like that.
Yeah, what happened on that holiday with
Alejandro.
You know, let's think of a good one for you.
No.
What really did happen on that date with Keith
from The Office?
That's what I mean. Any story. I mean, I'm gonna try and remember as these podcasts go on. All my good stories will eventually come out. One did get banned from this podcast involving a sausage, but we can't talk about it.
And also ask Chris about his father-in-law in the Uber. Right.
Ask me about the frozen sausage.
Yeah. Right, what else have we got from the mailbox, please, today?
Delilah in Wolverhampton says, I've seen your faces on the billboards. Have you ever opted to wear a disguise in public? Where's the weirdest place you've been recognised? Oh, we've all got good ones for this, haven't we?
Yeah, and so you might have seen that our ad campaign's going out for the breakfast show at the moment. We're on across billboards because Global, the company who we work for, also own most of the billboards across the UK as well, which is a perk. So you'll see our show in the morning. It says Capital Breakfast. I ran past it the other day, tried to get a picture, and then someone clocked me trying to get me a picture of me on my billboard.
Oh no, that's awkward.
Weirdest place I've been recognised. I think I've talked about this before, and I can beat you both. I got recognised during a prostate exam once.
Yeah, but just have you told it on the podcast, this story?
I don't think so.
Tell it, because it is brilliant.
I was I went to the doctors. I knew I was going to have a prostate exam because I'd Googled it. Everything was fine. And I got there, my normal doctor wasn't there. And it was a lad who was about the same age as me.
That's worse.
Awkward.
That's
He was
worse.
straight out of medical school.
No, awful.
And we're making the most awkward small talk. And I just remember we were talking about...
So wait, just so I can get the scene. Are you sat fully clothed at this point, just having a
Yes,
chat?
yeah.
Just want to know
Walking
whether...
the doctor's
Yeah,
bollock
but-
naked.
No, but knowing you just sat there, pulled your trousers down, waiting, and sort of got it a bit wrong. So I'm just checking.
And he was like, we're making small talk, whatever, and he's like, he's out cycling. I remember we were talking about cycling for ages. He went, oh, I'm going to have to give you a prostate exam. And I was act shocked. I went, oh, really? Oh, okay. So then we went behind the curtain, and he's like, pull you... And I knew when he said this that I was like, he's straight out of medical school. He said, just pull your kecks down. I thought a doctor doesn't say kecks.
Oh, that's yeah.
So
Pull your
I pulled
kecks
my
down.
kecks down and my shoulders up to my knee. He's put the glove on. He's got the lube. It's making that fart noise, you know, like when you're getting the last of the ketchup out. It's just going... He's still...
It's just so bad.
He's still making awkward small talk about cycling.
Right.
He lifts my arse cheek up, right? Puts his fingers in. As soon as he puts his fingers in, he went, oh, I heard you on the radio at the weekend. I went,
Stop
oh,
it. No.
did you? And he's like, fingering my arse and having a chat about my radio career. I was just like, could you have not have done this before? We did the cycling during the examination. So, yeah.
Mine was in the garden centre.
I'll never forget it. Sean, weirdest place you recognise?
Well, nothing can beat that, but just quickly on the similar vibe, when I was literally about to give birth, I was like in one of those hospital gowns with nothing else on. And I could rant about them all day. What is the point of them?
Yeah.
It's like wearing a bit of kitchen roll. It's pathetic. Anyway,
you never feel more exposed
No.
than wearing them,
Or
do
just
you? They
disgusting.
just sort of everything just sort of it lands on you. It just gently touches the skin.
yeah.
I was only in one last week.
I know you were with
Yeah.
bum out. So I'm there,
Arse
legs
out.
akimbo at this point. There's a woman checking how dilated I am, and she pops up and goes, "I've got it this morning."
Yeah.
It's like, oh, for God's sake. I mean, it did make me laugh.
I wonder how she's clocked that. Is that a tattoo or something?
What was
You got
down
this
there?
morning
What
tattoo
was down
down
there
there?
that she's clocked
Have
this
you actually?
morning?
Don't.
Oh, God.
Don't.
All right, let's do one more quickly from Connor, this one.
Connor in Shropshire's been in touch. Says, guys, you're awesome. Oh, thank you, Connor.
Thank you.
Connor.
It's very kind. You really do smash it on the radio, podcast, and TV. Individually, what do you still want to achieve in your career?
Oh, who's going first?
I would love, and this is the thing where you don't want to jinx anything in life, but I will just say it. I just want to tick off my sort of bucket list of things. I just want to do a Saturday night fun TV show.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be. It involve the general public and doing fun stuff.
Same.
You know, Saturday night takeaway vibes, but I'd love to, I want to host something like that.
Live.
At some point. Live, exactly. Live in my career. Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah. I want to, there's two main things. I'd love to host the Brits, but whether that happens or not. And I wrote a script in lockdown years ago that another broadcaster really liked.
What, like a comedy?
Yeah, it did. It got like decent feedback, and I needed a rewrite, and I've never properly got round to it.
Oh my God. You see that, do you know what? Writing some sort of sitcom about radio one day, I would love to
So
do.
I want to finish that, and every time I go to it, and rewrite it, it's just not quite right. So I need like full time to properly, and I've just not had time. And I've spoken to other people that have done it, and I don't know. Greg does it with all these books.
Yeah,
his breakfast.
He's
show, and
written
then he
he's
writes all
written
his
he's written a
books.
couple of sitcoms as
Yeah,
well.
I was like,
I
He's
remember,
written sitcoms?
Yeah, there was one that I remember. There was one.
I remember
that.
that.
Was
It was
like
really
on
funny.
TV, yeah.
It's about him not getting the breakfast show. It was a pilot. It was really good, but I just don't know how he does it. Like, a fair play, because he's so strict. So I'd like to finish that, and then the Brits. Chris.
Brits is that's awesome. That
I know, but it's ambitious. It's not like a die and
It's not impossible.
It's not
No,
impossible, but it's, you know.
My ambition is to. There is an old T-Mobile advert, and it's.
You're gonna make me sound like a right knob now.
I just think it's the best thing. And what they did is they filmed the arrivals at Heathrow.
Yes.
And did a kind of flash mob.
Mm.
Do you want to see a bit of it?
Yeah.
I want to make something that is as good, if not better than that. And
As an
I'm
advert?
just constantly searching for it.
Wow.
Life's for sharing. How good's that?
That's amazing.
Now I've seen that. I see
Got
exactly
goose-
why you're
That was what we'll do on our last show in Leicester Square.
I just think everything that we do as a show,
Oh.
our whole thing is to make people feel good, and it's happy and it's sad, and I hope we continue to find this thing that can
So cool.
make everyone feel like that.
Nice one,
I
mate.
love that. No, but it just made me think, oh my God, do you just miss simpler times sometimes?
God, yeah.
It's quite, that was amazing.
God, yeah.
Why am I crying at a T-Mobile advert?
Exactly.
What have you done to me?
Surely.
Why am I crying?
Right, that's us done.
Ugh.
Keep doing your podcast admin for us. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, follow, review, and all of that. It's really important that you do.
Yes, and email us at aftershowshow@capitalfm.com.
Yep, and you can keep up with all the episodes on Global Player, or of course wherever you get your podcast.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.